When it comes to searching for data for your competitive market analysis, we really want to make sure we get the right amount of information, not necessarily just for one graph, but for the software to do the computations it needs to get the patterns right and give you the right information so you're acting on good knowledge. Now to do this, in most cases, we're going to focus on this left side here of pricing and going to go down the standard neighborhood for the start, the no neighborhood, and then unique property. Now in the case of a standard neighborhood, meaning that the neighborhood has a name and is kind of one of the well laid out platted areas, we're going to look for the same property type, meaning it is all single family or detached homes, or it is all attached dwellings. We really want to kind of differentiate and not mix the two together because they have a very different pricing profile. We're going to look for that neighborhood name. We're going to look at the last 2 years of all status activity. Again, this is the key point of we're getting the data for the software, not necessarily just for what we're going to price on now, but to make sure that the software has the right information for creating the patterns. When it comes to pricing, the software will automatically only use the current 3 or 6 months of data to price against. If your house does not fit into a standard neighborhood, you're going to go with the same property type. You're going to use a map search to look for natural boundaries. These can be roads, green spaces, lakes, etc. Last 2 years, all status activity again. And if it's a unique property type, meaning that it has something about it that's innate in its value that can't be separated, you're going to make sure you also differentiate with that. Now that could be lake access, mountain views, horse property, or one of the many other things that can kind of fit into that unique identifier. In that case, we're going to probably expand our map search a little bit, looking at a comparable locale to make sure we include that same feature. But again, same property type, last 2 years, all status activity. Now, what you're looking at here is actually one of the resources in your pricing resources area, so make sure you take a look at that. Download this to help you stay on track when it comes to doing your pricing and then later your positioning search. But when you're going to do this search, you're going to search for this information, you're going to export your file, and then we're going to be ready to load that into the software and start creating the patterns and walk down the actual new CMA process. Now, one thing I want to make sure I point out here, this is the kind of standard idea of how to do your search, but for detailed kind of instructions and detailed examples, make sure you check out your class and the new CMA class, specifically the pricing data search video here. This is a really great resource for you to really master and learn this whole process.